This is the Sip Face, an ergonomic straw that I designed for a client. You heard correct, an ergonomic straw. I'm going to take you on a design journey from ideation concept all the way through manufacturing and the production process of this product.
My name is Eric Strebel. I'm an industrial designer. Welcome to my channel about product design and making. Alfred backpack hanger in stainless steel and aluminum, designed by me, holds your backpack, lets you charge your phone, holds your keys. It's an incredibly versatile tool. You can use it anywhere in your home or office. Thanks for those of you who've purchased recently. It really helps support the channel. This video's sponsor, PCBWay, offers CNC parts, sheet metal fabrication, and 3D printing services. Data out of a multitude of metals, plastics, and even rubber. Sheet metal parts can be laser cut, brake formed, and welded in various metal materials as well. They also offer 3D printing too. They have SLA, MJF, FDM, SLS, and SLM for aluminum parts. Their lead time is pretty short, and the quality is guaranteed with after-sales services. So if you're going to design a straw that doesn't cause any wrinkles, we want to take a look at a face and some lips that don't have any wrinkles on them. So this is a resting mouth versus one that is a little more oval, and then one here that is circular, drinking out of a straw. So obviously we want to go for something that's a little bit more elliptical. A lot of this is based on these disposable hookah tips, and these were sort of the inspiration for the project when we first started. So we knew what we wanted, the shape that we wanted to go for. And these are some of the initial sketches. These were done in my sketchbook, and the client would never see these. Obviously, they're seeing them now for the first time ever, but this is not client-facing sketches. These are for me internally, just to sort of get an idea of what it is that I want to design for this project. So this is concept one of the anti-aging straw, and it's very simple, and it was always meant to be eco-friendly or made out of eco-friendly materials. This is concept two. This has a little negative space in the front that allows you to sort of lock your lips onto the straw a little bit better. And then this final concept here is just a little bit more sleeker version of one, but using an oval opening. Ultimately, we ended up going with concept number two and refining this. And the concept here was that it was going to be made out of metal or glass. So in this case, standard design process is, okay, we got a concept, let's visualize it and test it out. So we're going to make some CAD, and from this CAD, we can make some 3D printed samples to see how this feels. And you can kind of see the different tips here. We're still testing things out at this point. We want to see if the concept is as good in reality as it is on paper. And we're going for stainless steel, food grade material here. All right, at this point, the straw is about a 6mm diameter, and we want to make a full 3D printed one, and we're going for some clear ones here, possibly to have them made out of glass. These are resin printed and then coated with a clear coat to make them safe for us to use and handle and test out. Now, it's really important to have something as close to the final product as you can. This way we can really see what it looks like. Also, we're searching for manufacturers at this point, and so we want to be able to show them as well what this thing is going to look like instead of just some CAD. I really struggled to find a manufacturer that could hydroform these things out of metal or blow them out of glass. The client ultimately decided we're going to make these things out of plastic, and we're going to increase the thickness of the straw from the 6mm to 8mm, which is about what McDonald's uses for their straws. So we're always refining, changing, adapting to the situation so that we can make it to manufacturing and production. And sometimes you have to make the call. This is going to be a resin printed sample at this point, black clear coated with automotive clear, so we can really get a good idea of what the straw is going to look like and feel like and how it's going to work. So I often help clients find manufacturers. Now, finding a manufacturer domestically to make this thing, let's say hydroformed, nearly impossible. Nobody does that at this scale we could find, and in Asia that was tough as well. So ultimately we changed to plastic for ease of manufacturing. Now we ended up finding multiple manufacturers in Asia. We ended up settling with Consumer Product Supply. I will leave a link to their website below. And blow molding this thing, these are some of the other products that they make at their factory. And blow molding is the forming of a hollow object by initiating or blowing a thermoplastic molten tube called a parison into the shape of a mold cavity. The process consists of extruding or dropping a parison on which a female mold half closes. The female mold halves contain the shape of the part to be produced. Let's take a look at that from a different angle, and I'm going to break this down here in a minute, but essentially this is what it looks like when you blow mold something. And unfortunately, I don't have the exact footage of the straws being made. This is the closest thing I could come to provided by Consumer Product. All right, there's the thermoplastic parison in the back. It's being extruded down. One is coming out of the mold halve right here, and it's going to be cooling. Meanwhile, that mold goes up and grabs that parison. The blow pin is inserted in there, and they're going to put some compressed air in there, and it is expanding on the inside, all at the same time while a new parison is being extruded in the back. And then that parison is picked up by the second mold in the back to make the parts, and that continues over and over and over. Let's take a look at the tooling. So I don't actually do the CAD for the tooling. I give the manufacturer the CAD for the part, and they make the tooling based on the CAD. They ultimately send it back to me for verification. I have to sign off on the tooling. This is an image of what the tool for the sip face straw actually looks like and that they mold with. They're going to do a pre-production sample part run. They might make 10, 20 units of something, whether it's injection molded or whatever it is they're making. And we want to get these samples. We want to see them. You can see these are handwritten markup on the drawings that I created. We're interested in the material thickness on both ends so that it's sturdy and usable for the user. So ultimately, they make them in production, and these are made out of HDPE plastic. They are translucent. That way you can see through them a little bit and reuse them. So if there was any residual buildup on the inside of the straw, you would be able to clean it and see if there was any debris in there. Dishwasher safe, and you can get them on Amazon.
This project was fairly typical in the sense that it started with ideation concept sketches in the beginning, refined those, created some mock-ups, create some CAD, make some more advanced prototypes, find a manufacturer, figure out the manufacturing process, and then ultimately get my client to production. Now, no two projects are the same, but this is a fairly typical workflow that you can expect when you're hiring me as an industrial designer to design a consumer product for your company. Cheers. I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can get your very own sip face. Stay tuned for the video that follows. You're going to want to check it out. It's pretty cool.
Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Make sure to hit the bell so you get notifications every time I have a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below and on the channel page.
Yeah, fucking goes.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Oh, you can feel that. Oh, that's fucking cool. Oh, you can feel that. Rock on. Don't forget to check out the t-shirts and hoodies in the merch shelf below. Click here to check out some of the other design and making videos that I have that you might enjoy.